Hey, what's going on, everyone? New World Order Survival Guy. There is a couple things to talk about tonight about Russia's big strike on Ukraine. It's supposed to be coming within 24 hours. I'm suspecting it's going to happen tonight. Don't know. We'll see. So, Russia is supposed to be launching one of these bad boys. The Oreshkin is supposed to hit Ukraine like it did 2 weeks ago. The only difference is that the warheads weren't loaded. The first and only time Russia used the new Oreshkin missiles against Ukraine was 2 weeks ago. So the warheads and submunitions did not carry combat loads of explosions. So they were not equipped with the explosives in these big missiles. It was just a kinetic energy of the falling warheads that did all the damage. So that's like a big warning to Ukraine and NATO. Look at the damage that this does without the explosives inside. It did do significant amount of damage. Just the straight brute force of it, the quickness of them. It hit, I believe it was like 17 targets in Ukraine 2 weeks ago. Of course, Ukraine retaliated with some weapons it acquired from the United States, and then, of course, United Kingdom. So, what's going to happen after Russia attacks Ukraine once again? I mean, these ICBMs are no joke, and these can be equipped with nukes, and I imagine they will be here coming shortly, especially when Biden is to ship Ukraine nuclear weapons. Putin ain't going to hesitate to load these puppies up. Now, Russia has also been talking about firing some weapons against the United States and its territories, such as Guam as its territory, Hawaii, Alaska, Montana, North Dakota, where they store and keep and maybe even manufacturing, I'm not sure about that part, but nuclear weapons. They're nuclear weapons sites. But they're saying that they'd have to launch it from about the Koreas. They have to go east of where they're at to hit them specific targets, which is a lie. I call bullshit right there. Because you don't need to go to the Korea to launch specific weapons such as them hypersonic missiles to hit U.S. targets. I mean, Guam is right there. Right next to the coast of Asia, mainland. And then you got, if you're trying to hit targets from Russia to the United States, Alaska, that's just a stone's throw away. Now, for something like Hawaii, I don't know, maybe. But Russia also borders the Pacific Ocean. So I believe Russia on the Pacific Ocean would probably be pretty similar to launching it from Korea. But when you're talking about Montana and North Dakota, that resolution is a little simpler because Russia has closer bases that it can fire to those two particular states. Like, for instance, like I was talking about the other night, this is the Russian northern border on the Arctic. They have massive amounts of military presence, bases, all kinds of stuff. They are heavily armed and ready to go up there. They can hurl some through the Arctic, and it can reach them destinations that they were referring to, such as Montana and North Dakota. So I don't know why they got to tell tales like that. Because that distance right there would be closer, a lot closer than it would be from the Koreas. You see Alaska and Russia, how close they are at that northern tip right there that you see? Yeah, they don't need to be from Korea to hit Alaska or Hawaii. But the big nuclear sites in the United States, Montana and North Dakota, can easily be attacked from them Nordic, Russian Arctic regions. It is something else, people. But all this is supposed to happen within 24 hours. Last time, a couple weeks ago, when Russia gave fair warning that we are going to retaliate against Ukraine, they did. And they also gave United States a 30-minute warning. And they weren't bluffing. They acted on them threats, or should I say warning, and it happened. And there was a lot of damage. Russia is not playing around. They are not playing around. Now, I thought the United States was friendly with India, but apparently not so friendly. These are stealth missiles given to India by Russia. I have no idea why, because they're not in any type of mix. I don't know where they stand in a world war, because like I said before, I thought they were pretty friendly with the United States. But then again, India is in the BRICS movement led by Russia and China. So I thought I'd throw that in there. A little interesting. Back to Russia. This is a Russian ship, which they have one missile carrier in the Black Sea to assist that region near Ukraine. I don't know how sophisticated it is, but one lone missile carrier don't seem like it'd be too secure in that region, especially when you got most of Europe going heads up with Russia, as well as United States sending more and more troops and weapons out that way. So Russians are gonna do another attack. I'm guessing tonight, but their fair warning was within 24 hours. They did not say whether or not the payload on these Oreshkin missiles, the warheads, they didn't say that it's going to be loaded with combat load of explosives, but I'm thinking it might appear to be that way by some of these other things I've been reading, but not for sure. We'll see. But imagine if the warheads were loaded with the explosives, it'd be hundreds of times more devastating than the past one they did 2 weeks ago. We're not even talking about nuclear warheads. We're just talking about some of the other technology of explosives that they put in these things, because they have a whole arsenal. This is a whole new ballpark. This is a new age of technology, and that's what they're anticipating on using by some of the talks that the Russian military were talking about. So we'll see. But 100%, Ukraine got something coming within the next 24 hours. So, and that, of course, is going to trigger an anomaly of reactions from the United States and other allies of Ukraine. So, we are going to see. I wanted to also bring up Yellowstone. Yellowstone was in the talks of Russian intelligence and military alike. They're referencing Yellowstone as another nuclear target. I think that's a very, very stupid idea, because that'll affect the whole world. But I don't think they really care. Now, it could be a nuclear. They said, in their own words, that a preemptive nuclear strike is a strong option, and that they are considering sometime down the road, near future. But don't forget about them weather warfare weapons that they have. They can trigger massive earthquakes. They can trigger volcanoes. They can, all this stuff I said previously on other shows. But I'm thinking that's definitely in the playing cards. So if there was no explosion hitting there, they don't need that. They can use far more sophisticated technology to make and assist Yellowstone, the massive super volcano, to go off. And the soot and the ashes, they said, will spread worldwide. Especially United States and regions where I live, where I'll be heavily affected. I'll be outside of the blast zone, the death zone they would call it. But, I'm in western Colorado, and that's a devastating area to be, meaning that Wyoming's north of us, probably like a few hours, or a few hundred miles, excuse me. But we're about to see. That's basically all I got. Once again, here's the nuclear targets that foreign opposition may seek. Here we are with the North Dakota up there, and Montana. Those are big time nuclear sites by our U.S. military, United States government, but they also have many targets all throughout the United States, as you can see. Especially look at that East Coast. All the second half, the eastern half of the United States, that looks pretty nasty for targets. I guess the majority of the nuclear sites would be in North Dakota and Montana. And the rest would be like just certain facilities of interest. Military bases, capitals, all kinds of stuff. Yep, that's all I got for you people tonight. Just wanted to drop that by. Please take a look at what's going on in our nation. It is getting hairier and hairier each and every single day. I think we're a little bit past the majority of the bluffing. Not to say that this is or isn't a false flag operation. To be exact, I am confident that this is one big false flag operation. All for the New World Order. The Great Reset. It's here. It's happening right before your eyes. Don't get discouraged because this stuff ain't kicking off and you just quick to discredit any major doings or happenings that's going on in this world, because this is it. It took a very long time for World War II to actually kick off. It was like a couple years of baiting and all this stuff like what's happening now before it actually, boom, war. So anyways, hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Please like, share, and subscribe. New World Order Survival Guy. Catch you on the next one.